I had this fight in the night. They wake me up from heaven, and I don't know why were fighting, but I know that it was about this that multiply the earth, this planet, and it the whole many generation they have thinking that it's on about have sex and create babies to fill up this planet with lots of babies, literally babies, and it's so wrong because there is people that can't have any children, and today it's working with that they can do it with, even if a person can't have a baby, they can do babies, but before they couldn't. So fill up this planet with children doesn't seems be right. And I am talking about that God is a spirit. It's not a person. It's a spirit. So when God is talking, He's talking from a spirit way to see things. So when He say multiply, the planet is about making spirit babies, not literally because this planet, I have talked about it before, that this planet had already a living creature, but they were evil. They were born in darkness. So that was a work that Adam and Eve should do to change them to be in the light instead of darkness. And it's a spirit thing because they were already born. And as long as the church doesn't want to touch this about the beginning of this planet, when it started to get light, it was dark and avoided. They didn't want to touch this planet first. But God his spirit was over this planet, and He was thinking He should give it a chance. This planet, He could have chosen other planets because there is milliards of solar systems, so He could pick whatever. But it was something God saw on in this planet when His spirit was flying over here, and even if it was avoided and dark in the deepest, it was total dark. Dark in the deep means it was total dark. But He come from outside in His spirit and send light to this planet and separate the darkness from the light from the darkness. He separated it so it should be. It's not to read it literally. It is about the Spirit. If you read the Bible or other holy books in the Spirit, you will see something else. It's not literally. When God is talking, He's not talking literally. He's talking spirit things. And so it was about that, about creating human being inside inside the womb. And they were, I don't know what they were talking about, but it was after 3 o'clock. It's where it's happened from the spirit world, that around 3 o'clock in the night they are most activity, but it can be another way that we are most sleeping in and relaxing in that time, so they can come forward and talk to us, and for us that can receive them, and those other they forget it and take it as a dream. But this was not a dream this night, and they were talking about, because it was about my DNA, that I have. It was this with Jerusalem first, 2016, when I heard from heaven that I should do my DNA. And it was Spirit saying, it was not a human that told me. I was not thinking about to make my DNA, but I obey God, I obey heaven, what they are saying. So I did my DNA as soon as I come back to Sweden from Jerusalem 2016. And I sent it to Ireland, was it? And I'd be so surprised when I was thinking, when I was waiting, that the DNA is about Jesus in some way. It's that I was thinking, and often is it you that follow me, you know that when I say like thinking it will be like that, it is already done, but I don't know it. So I say it, I think, but that it is already inside me. So I was thinking that God and heaven wanted to show me something that have with Jesus to do. And in that time I was Christian. So that was the only I was thinking that God or heaven. I was thinking God in that time because I didn't have that really contact with the spirits in that time. So I was thinking that God will show me something about Jesus. And He did, because it showed me that I was Jewish and was connected to Jesus. That I belonged to Jesus' lineage. His mother lineage, and Joseph was also in the lineage of the house of David. So I'd be very, very, very shocked, even if I felt it was something must it be why God wanted me to do the DNA. So I'm sorry, I still coughing. I'm almost clear from what I got on the airplane from Israel. So it was something important that I should do with the DNA, and I didn't know where I come from. I only knew what the books, church books, have said, and that was wrong. Because I didn't know anything about the Jewish history in Sweden. But I have found out now that they had to change their name to look like Swedish names to hide. Because they were not allowed to do some works and couldn't live wherever they want to live. They were not free, so they have to hide. And then they were forced to go into a Lutheran church could do things in Sweden more freely. So they took away the Jewish, but they still are Jewish because the roots are Jewish, and it was the whole time, but hidden, and you have it also, you that listen. Many of you are related to me, so you are Jewish in your roots, and now it's someone, I hear someone saying that everyone coming from is Jewish from the start. It isn't, because the root is from Ethiopia. It's Africa. It's not Asia. So that's wrong, because some lines was going out from Ethiopia immediately and changed their way. But I was also from Ethiopia from the start, but my line was going into Israel when some other was going on the side of Israel that never was going to Israel. So many people started in Africa. So I have Africa in my lineage. I have a mix of everything. I have a mix of every religions, and that's what they were saying to me in Jerusalem 2016. They say when I understood that I should do my DNA, they don't say like this, you are going to do your DNA. We want you to do your DNA. That was not what they were saying to me. What kicked in that I should do my DNA was that they say this to me, that everyone is connected to each other in one way or another. So that's what they wanted me to know, that it doesn't matter where you're coming from, where religion you are from, we are one. We are together. We are here on this planet together, and we should not kill each other. We should help each other. We should give information to each other. We should educate each other. We should feed each other and make everything be comfort and be like heaven here on this planet. But the evil forces have taken this planet so much, and we are far from to be like heaven now than we have ever been. My mother thought Hitler was very bad, but today is it worse because it's going so quick. When they want to kill it, it can come from like nowhere and kill us. In Hitler's time, there was places where it was evil, but today we can't say where the evil are because it can suddenly come and hit our head whenever. There is, today it was 7 people killed in California of someone crazy person, and yesterday was 10 in the United States that was killed. It's like coming from nowhere, and the police can't take many of them. The first there with 10, he shot himself, so he was going away. But this one today, this morning, they have not taken him because they have cars and they can run away in many different ways, like they didn't in Hitler's time. It was more slowly, but today is it very fast. And they, like I say, last episode I think it was that they can be on a boat outside on the sea and shoot and kill people inside the land. So it's different today. It's going faster, and they can be in distance and kill. And so it's worse today. And when I stop like this, is it because someone is coming here and touch me very hard? Someone here is touched me and want to say something, so I have to wait and see. I don't remember what more I should talk about when I come back to Sweden and did my DNA, and then my lineage was down into Jesus' family to his father, or if you want to say adopted father, but it was his father, Joseph. And so I belong to that lineage. And the connection started to be after that with heaven much more. That 2016 I come back. 2017 I got the result of the DNA, and 2018 I was drive over by a car. So I come to this house where I live now. And when I was here before I have moved in, I had the keys to this home. So I walked into the home and it was total empty of anything. And I was walking around and then I stood and looked, and then suddenly I heard a voice from heaven, and the voice say, "This will be a gathering place." But I didn't know what they were talking about, because it was when COVID-19 came, so I couldn't have any people inside my home to have a gathering place with. But the gathering place that I know today is it was a gathering place for heaven to come here. That's what they were saying. And so this spirit is saying now, he's talking. He say, "We were many around your bed this night, because we were talking about how wrong people see it, that we should do children of our own. It's very selfish to think that we should have fill up planet with our own children, when there were already people on this planet that needed to be born again." That was the spirit of saying, and it that was what I was started to say, talking about, that in my family tree there is Jewish people, and they want as much children they can get, so they can have 10 children, and some of them from my family tree, they were moving to United States to join Joseph Smith in the Mormon church, and it was the same thing there, that to have as much children that you can get. And in the beginning they had many wives also. So I have very hard with my family tree, because there is so much children, both in Jewish and in Mormon church, that belong to me. And so I read people say, "I'm done with my family tree." I think I will never be done with my family tree, because it's so many that wanted children, and they but I am not from a lineage that get much children. It's not in our DNA to have so much egg and be pregnant. But my grandmother, she got 9 children, and today I know why they created as much as they could, and not stop it in early stage, because they could do it if they wanted it. They were more to the nature. My grandmother, she lived out in a forest, and she pick mushrooms and she pick from the trees. She know how to stop it, but she was Jewish, so she didn't stop it. And but my aunt, they didn't get so much children, no, not more than 3, 4, and so it was not much. I don't have so much in my line. It's few people compared to other family trees, and it was because the women was working. They were not at home. They didn't want to have children when they were working, so they make so they don't get so much children. So my mother, she got 2, my brother, older brother, and me. And so they adopted first a girl. So, but I don't have any contact with them. It's when my mother died, the connection died also with my brother and sister. 1990 did my mother die. So it is about this. They still do that in some religion and tradition to create their own babies, to fill up this planet. But it isn't. It wasn't said like that. It was to, in a spirit way, fill up the planet. And I don't say anything about to not have many children. It's up to you to do that. But what God was talking about was to fill up this planet with light, with spirit things, that so this planet was changed from be in the darkness to be in the light. But it looked like the darkness will win. But in a twinkle of an eye, it can change this. So don't give up on this planet, because it's not we that have the control. It's heaven that have the control. But what we need to do is to it's a spirit here that want to say something more. That it's like it seems like my mother want to say something about, because I don't know why I was talking about this, that we don't have so much children in my mother's generation, and I got 2 children, but they were not good. So they they have not coming into the light because I choose their fathers to be from the darkness. I didn't know. It's to you. This is what my mother is telling you. It's not your fault that you didn't know about this, about the light and the darkness. It's not your fault because you have been taught from your childhood to not could see these things. They have not let you wake up. They have wanted you to sleep. That's what my mother say to you. And they say, I don't know why she do this. She's going very close to my surf plate and talk to you. She say why she do that. She say that she's talking to your heart, and that in that way she bowed down over my surf plate to not talk to you, to me. She want to talk to you. That's why she do it a little old style, but she lived before in the 80s because she be demented later on. So 80s is her. And it maybe was like that with computers things, that you have to go very close to it for you to hear her. So she's talking to your heart that it's to not believe that you need to fill up the planet with your own children, because there is many children. And my mother did that because she adopted my sister. And that's one way to do it. You don't need to give birth. And if you are a person that God wants you to have a child, you will get it in that way, how you do it now. But you should not need to do your own children. She's talking to you. She is saying, my mother, this, that I'm talking to you that is between these things, how to do it. And I failed to adopt a child because that child was not good. So it's like a lottery, but it's a lottery to carry a baby inside you also. So we will help you. If you are God's child and prayer about a child, you will have that child that is for you from heaven helped you. So you don't need to give birth to a child, because there is many children that need a father and a mother. So that's what my mother say, and she know how to adopt a child, and she did the wrong things because she chose a baby that was not good. My adopted sister pushed me out in front of a truck, and I was killed. But God wake me up again. So the adopted daughter, she could have killed me. So my mother will come and help you because she is aware about it now. And like she say one time, when I was playing a game on my computer and I talked to my mother about it, and then I was talking English, and I say, "Oh, I'm talking English to you, and you couldn't speak English," I say. And then my mother answered me, and she said, "No, I can," because it's telepathy, and that is multi-languages. So she don't need to know Spanish, don't know to know English, and don't need to know German like that, Dutch, like that. It's they can speak and they can hear every language. So that was a message. That was the big message they wanted to tell you about. You don't need to create your own babies. There is babies that you can take care of, that is born of someone else, and that child is the same value as if you had a child in your womb. So you don't need to place a new baby into this world. You can take care of a child that is already born, and you don't need to choose a child that doesn't look like you for you to brag about that you have adopted a child from another country. That child can look like you, and it's placed from God. So of course you can choose from Africa or other country that is there is much poor people. Of course you can, but you can also make it, because we should not brag. We should not showing people what we are doing. What we were showing people is that they ask, like people are coming to me and say, "You always smile," and I say to them that I have God with me. That's why I smile. I don't say that I smile. It's people that coming to me and ask me why I look like I do. And that's how you do it. So I thank you, my mother. It was fun to see what she did with the surf plate, because she left this world 1990, but of course she has seen it, seen our computers development, of course. So thank you for listening, and God bless you.